Hey, what's up, everyone? DayTraderRockStar here. You might hear some funny sounds in the back. I'm down. Down in the dungeon here, and anyway, just gonna make a fast video to get us prepared for tomorrow. I can't do this with the washing machine on in the back. I just can't. It's just like, God damn it. Anyway. What a day. I mean, every stock, every flatliner. I've been working so hard to get these flatliners out to you, the flatliner poppers, and even the JFU here. This is one of my favorites because it was so tight and so ready. But I got to tell you, this market is gone wacko. It's absolutely gone wacko. And it is... the hell happened there? It just froze up on me. Anyway... Hopefully it's back on here. Everything's going wrong. Anyway, the flatliners. Again, let's review. Went to the short squeezes, low float squeezes. Then we got the pennies moving. We still got the pennies moving. We got just the mass of, I just call it a pack of wolves. These traders are running around and they're chasing anything that moves. Now we have to find the stocks that are moving, get in before, and sell to the wolves, the wolf pack. And I'm just giving you a simple example of what's going on. We were in the sundial. All right, yeah, took profits, continue to go, but everything on my scans are coming up buck wild here. I mean, it is incredible. Look at these candles. These are just coming off of my scans. A lot of these we're familiar with. A lot of these we were in. I'm just doing some scans tonight, and I just can't tell you that it's crazy. And these stocks are not all coming out with news. They're not. This is pure a feeding frenzy in the market. It's not that every day, and you're seeing it for the last 4 or 5 days. So I would put out just put out some caution out there, saying this is getting a little weird right now. I started taking a short. Today and yesterday, I started shorting this market with some puts. It's a very difficult thing to do, but today I think was kind of a signal of this. And there's a few out there. I'm gonna actually do some research tonight and kind of come back to you in this video and show you what I found. But I just want to get my thoughts across right now. How things have really just exploded. These stocks, some of these are cheap. But look at my post-market scan, which I've been finding a lot of my micro pennies on and stuff. I mean, these things are just exploding, especially when you do a volume scan. Start with the high volume stocks. These are under a penny, under zero. I don't know what to even call these stocks. But they're moving, and these moves are big. We got a few of them today, 400% moves on our stocks. Where do you get 400% gains on a day? And I know this was 900% move. It didn't even get to a penny yet. It's a 900% move. I mean, you could buy 1 million shares of this. It costs you $1,000. But you'll make that money. I mean, I was making $1,000 a day, I'm just putting up less than $1,000, $500 on these stocks. They're moving 400%. And this is not going to last. Just like the short squeezes weren't going to last, and everything else is not going to last. This is not going to last either. That's what I was really talking about today on the show. It's just striking when the iron's hot, making money when the opportunity's here. This is not something that we normally do. Go after these stocks. Go after these penny stocks. Definitely not something I promote or anything. But if it's there for the taking, it is impossible not to feast on this if you could get a good one. And there was plenty of good ones here, and they're all just like, look at these. This is incredible. So the object is to find something in this pattern. A little move up, a little pull back, starting to move back up, and then blast off. All right, we got those. We did those today. We got many of these. I want to go over some of them right now. Let's just go over some of the recent setups and the ones that I'm in, because I believe the ones that I'm in here are still some of the underlying sneaky ones that are going to pop, like the web key here, wise key, I should say. That started to get a pop. It's pulled back in that 7. This might be a little bit more expensive, but it still has that pattern. It still has some things that I like about this. I want to actually put a float value on this to help me kind of determine. Most of these, some of these have decent floats. So that's one. Again, basically these are some of the stocks we've been trading. TSOI at a penny. I hate to tell you, but it went up to 16, 17 cents. I took it to 13 cents. Got it at 13 cents. It went up to 17 cents. A 13 cents move on this was a 1,200% move. From 1,200%, 1,000% move. And I know a lot of people in the room, a lot of people on the site got this. Very happy with that. A lot of people missed it because they're not falling for it. They're saying, hey, I'm not going for this. This is too dangerous. And stock market is dangerous. What could go up 1,000% could drop 1,000%. And I'm the first person to tell you that. But at this point, if there is a good setup there, I'm going to take the shot because, you don't get these opportunities. If you could have the tech bubble back in 2009, 1999, 2000, 2001, part of that, give that to me back. I'll trade that. I'll trade that market and take those profits and really, really move on with them. The next one here that we're looking at. All right, we're in that one. Oh, that's the ITP. That was the Chinese tissue paper one. Let's go to the next one. So the one today, LVG, I was banging the table on, picked it up this morning, and there it is. Look at that move. It went from 9 cents to 20 cents. I mean, not bad. 100% move on the day. Closed at the highs. This is one I expect to run tomorrow. So there's actually a good opportunity that we get, maybe we get another 10 cents on this. I mean, another 50% move on this wouldn't be that bad. So kind of, holding on to this one. And again, you can see we were on these first. This is the pattern we want to look for. The pattern we want to look for is the tight consolidation. The crowd doesn't get in on this yet, and we find it first. I find it. If we can find it together, please send it to me. Just like in the signs in the subway here in New York City. If you see something, say something. All right. If you see something, say something. That's how we make money. So hopefully you're in that one. Hopefully you're in that one. XTNT. I mean, you name it. They're moving. JFU. Loving this one. There it is. I mean, this is another one. Closed at the highs. Looks great. $2.40. Look at the consolidation. So it's almost I'm back here doing chart bounties here. I used to do something here at Day Trading Radio called chart bounties. And chart bounties was I'd pay you if you gave me a great setup and I took it, I would give you part of the profits. It was called a chart bounty program. I might bring that back. I might actually bring that back because that is such a good thing. Now take a look at the web key here. This is one that could get a move tomorrow. And then we still have a few that haven't moved. The INXP. Oh, that's the S&P. INXP here. Come on. Am I spelling it? IN. Why isn't it showing up here? Maybe I spell INPX, sorry. This is INPX holding at 169. It's good pennant formation. Again, you can see it's really still down here. This one's actually a good contact tracing stock for the COVID play, and it still is still kind of under the radar. So that's one that's still setting up. The PRA, you know what happened with the PRA. We took that. That was more of a HPS type of setup where we got off a divergence channel. We took profits in that. So the object today is to give you the best bets for tomorrow to get you set up. ARTW is still set up really good here. I think it's going to go tomorrow. Maybe we get through $4 to $4 to $4.25. Again, one thing I am pretty consistent on is being realistic in our entries. Being realistic in our entries is very important. I'm not saying that this is going to $12. I'm not saying the penny stock is going to $10. Is a penny stock going to 3 cents? Is a penny to 3? Yeah, I'll say that. And you might say, what? That doesn't sound like a lot. That's 200. That's huge. That's 200%. I mean, that's huge. So, I mean, put that. You would have to get a move in in like anything to double. When you're talking doubles, you're talking doubles. That's all you're talking. So there's so many good things out there. So let me pause this and bring it. I want to bring you back my top three for tomorrow. Even though I probably went over a couple of these, I already went over. Let's see, LTBR is one that I had on the list here. Light Bridge, and again, already moving. Light Bridge. That looks pretty good too. All of these look good. That one going up to $8 to $10. Let's see here. Let's take a look here. Let me just go through these. JFU, we're in that. We're in the. Well, we took the CELZ off. That was mega. We had a second day pop on that. We got it at 13 cents. This is the one I got at 13 cents. I nailed the top on this. Put an order in, 13 cents to hit it. And again, what are you going to do? The 300% move we had on that. 300% move. I'm excited. You can tell I'm fired up because of the activity we're getting. Now here's one that hasn't really moved yet. ITOX. And this is one of those patterns I like. The pullback to the 20, the move back up. Like to get a little bit more follow through on this. It's not my favorite, but it is acting pretty good. And if we get another couple cents out of this, that would be great. Remember, every penny here is kind of a big move. It's like a 30% move here. So that's pretty big. Sold the see what else here? ATDS. This one has not moved yet, so we're going to call this one still under the radar. I like this. I didn't mention this one too much today. I have a decent position in this. We didn't mention it, but it's hanging in there. We'll see what happens with this one. And then what else do we have of the penny stocks here? Flatline Popper, LVGI. All right, add it to that one, and then that's it on the flat. I want to do a couple more scans here and bring you back the top, but this one actually looks pretty good. Interesting. ATDS. It hasn't really given us that big mega pop. Do we have a big pop that brings us up to 6 cents on this? Again, you get a move up to 6 cents. You're talking about 100% move. Basically 100% move on this. So this one, keep an eye on it. It does look good. ATDS. It's not. It's under the radar still. And let me pause this right now. I want to try to keep these videos under 15 minutes to kind of give you enough time because I get carried away. But this market's getting carried away. Like I said, look at all my scans today. The scans are just out of control. All these stocks are out of control. The market right now is. Let me bring up my. Where's my website here? All right, hold on here. All right, here we can see ADMA. We still like that. Markets, kind of got a little jittery today when we took off this morning, and the criteria for me to look for a short is actually looking to short a gap up, and we had that this morning. So I ended up taking some puts. I had some puts from the other day, so I'm carrying some puts into the next couple days, into Friday. I think. Tomorrow, I'm not putting anything. It's the hardest market to short, but I do think we get some follow through tomorrow. We have kind of a rising wedge pattern here, and if we ended up fulfilling this rising wedge pattern in any way whatsoever, just kind of we're talking about a move down to the 3,800 level, which is 100 points down in the S&P. So I think we have a shot at that. I think we could get down to 3,800. Does it happen in the next 2 days? I don't think so, and and I'm not putting a lot on this. I'm still long on my stocks. I am hedged with shorts against the market, and again, you can see there's a kind of a trend line. We're up against the trend line. We're extended. There's no doubt we're extended. 60-minute time frame. Kind of got a little bounce, but do we fail and kind of rotate back down tomorrow? I think we do. Again, a big target all the way down here at 3,800. I don't know. Am I making that call? Am I making the call, for the pullback it's not an easy call to make. So, hopefully we get some downside and we make some money on our puts, and yet we make some also money on our longs. Like as you can see, this is the site of Day Trading Radio, and if you're out there, disclaimer: we're in a lot of these. The ones I just went over on the list. The members got this, a few days ago. We got into these stocks a few days ago because they get the members watch list, and I've been busting my ass putting out flatline poppers because they've been working. And I've been digging and doing extra work here, getting stuff out late at night. So if you've been able to take advantage of it, you made a lot of money this week, and hopefully you are. And we're going to continue to do that. So if you're looking at this right now, you're looking at the site. Head over to DayTraderRockStar.com. Sign up for a trial. Get the alerts. Get all the research. Get the videos. There's so much here that you get with Day Trading Radio, or a special alert section which tells you exactly where to buy and where these stocks are going to go. Just a lot of good stuff in this. So, that's it right now. I'm not going into the site right now, but this is exactly what you're looking at right now. So let me pause this and come back here. When I unpause it, you're going to have my 3 best bets for tomorrow. Let's do that now. I'm pausing it right now. All right, so I'm back here. Still doing the research, but it's like 3 hours, almost 11 o'clock now. So I tell you, I've been going through stocks. I've been doing some of my own scans, and I'm just doing some, just looking at some OTC scanners. All of these things have moved so much. I mean, all these stocks that I'm putting into my chart, I'm thinking that maybe I'm onto something, like this last one. This would have been the perfect setup here. Atlantic Wind and Solar. You get that first little pop, it holds the 20-period moving average. Kind of comes up to this level, right about 14 cents. It's such a small stock. It's easy to, get this crowd behind. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So if you have anything out there that looks, I don't care what it does, but pretend this is the chart and we're moving towards the chart day by day. Let me see if I could do it day by day here without messing it up. I don't know if I can. All right, so went down. But, it's really just understanding that consolidation right there. And we're getting that in a lot of these stocks now. So we just got into one that's giving us this type of setup. And you can see it runs. And I was thinking, kind of nervous that this is happening, because this is kind of you see this in market cycles, and usually foreshadows some, kind of top in the market. It's like the traders are, but it's a different type of trader out there. So I don't think it's all that. I think there's a lot of new traders out there, and of course, new traders have to go through the gambit of finding, going on their own, or finding a good mentor, or finding something that works for them. It's very hard in the beginning to take someone else's advice. You're always going to be looking for something better. I always say, hey, I got the best thing, working on our divergences and stuff, and for what we trade, and when we set things up in divergences, PRAA was a perfect example. All these are perfect examples. All the HPS setups that end up on that HPS are high probability setups because they have a recognizable channel, usually a divergence, reversal candle. Those are the top 3 things I'm looking for, plus the signal, and and the quality name. And this was actually a support level too. This was a nice support level back here. So even though we came down, that reversal candle was the key for me. And then from that point on, it's probably going to continue to go too. But these are the type of setups we're looking for on the HPS, and those will continue to come. They will continue to come. But as these penny stocks heat up, it's becoming harder because there's not many out there. Like I said, I was doing a lot of scans here before, and see if I could call back like this one. Check. Look at this one, Alternative Energy Partner. I said, wow, this one's not even a penny yet. This is kind of, but boom, it already actually, I don't even know where this thing started at. I don't even know when it says 0 like that. What is that? I mean, that was a 400% move. But now it's at this point. Does this have more energy in it? Is this the beginning of a much bigger move? Will this be a penny stock, which is another 1,000% gain on this stock? A penny just to get up. I have a feeling these are going to be sought out. And even though I'm a perfectionist when it comes to these, and I want to get them right at this point, and I want to be part of this and sell here, I have a feeling these are going to go much higher because that's what they're going to make it do. It's just the traders are out there that are pushing these stocks, and they can continue to manipulate them and push them. It's almost like, it's a free-for-all. Someone's, when the music stops, someone's going to be holding the bag. But until then, it's a little bit more dangerous, but it is really giving you great gains. And that's why I'm just all of a sudden kind of focused on it over the next, say, week, I would say, until something, until you start to feel like these things are starting to become traps. And right now, if you're in early enough, you do have some good upside. So I'm excited about this. So I spent the last 3 hours doing some scans, and I'm coming right back to the original ones. The ones we're in right now seem to be one of my best bets. Now I have some new ones on the list here, but I have to say that JFU, just starting out 240. Remember, we'd like to get things just starting out on volume spikes. This had everything going for it: volume spike, and the candle spike, and a breakout, and a cheap price. It's not a penny stock, but this definitely deserves more upside. Who knows where it goes? If they drop, the right press release or something like that, who knows? And that's the hardest part. I want that to be the hardest part of our trading, is where to take profits. We want to have a great entry criteria, but taking profits could drive you crazy sometimes, especially if these things are giving multiple 100% moves and you take it off after 50%. It does wear on you, and then you get sucked into that game of holding. But, again, we'll take it day by day. So that continues to be one of the best bets going into tomorrow. And then it's the other one that, what was it, what is it? I have it. Let me check on my thing. I don't have my portfolio up. There's so many penny stocks, it's sometimes hard to keep track of them all. So I'll actually look on the dashboard, because I bought, the LVGI is what I bought today. LVGI. I bought some pre-market too. I have 10,000 shares now, and it's not a lot. It's just like, and then we sold the rest of the CELZ. I mean, that's after I get out at 13 cents, the first spot. So they've been really just working really good. Look at this one. Yeah, I got out 9 cents and 13 cents. Picked up some more DGNR today. Sold more of this CELZ at 13 cents. That was up 7 cents. That's over a double. All right. So let's see here. So the LVGI. Another thing to take in consideration, LVGI. First big pop, love it, closed on the highs. Only, I read you the website on this. They're acquiring, the letter to shareholders was really unbelievable. It was really, really good. I mean, should I revisit that? I mean, I might as well kiss this video. The 15-minute time limit has just been squashed on this. But I think it's really important to see some of the reasonings behind these and why the potential is even more on this one. So let's just take a fast look. This is LVGI. See if I can find my way to the website. So they buy companies. This is it, about news, about us. Financial latest. Take a look at the latest news. I believe they have the financing here. Limited letter to shareholder on the road ahead. So this is recently, January 27th. This came out. Goes into the thing. Extremely excited about the path in front of us. Yada yada. First two moves they did. They acquired 2 companies. They're going to continue to acquire a company every quarter. They say, going out to the next 20 quarters. They're on it's. And then if you read into this, I'm not going to read the whole thing for you, but I'll read, the important parts here. We're actively engaged with 2 prospect acquisition targets in the same broad spaces, and we have the financial backing to allow us to proceed with fresh deals and continue to scale the strategy. Our goal right now is to close 1 high-quality acquisition in line with the strategy each quarter over the next 36 months and beyond. A recent strategic partnership with Nexus Insurance is another strong piece of the puzzle. I mean, everything coming out of this letter to shareholders is pretty nice. With the positive top-down factors in front of us this year, including additional anticipated stimulus, normalized operating environment following. So they're expecting to have a really good growth the next quarter, I would say, even this year. So everything about this was good. It goes into more detail. We get the first pop on this. I mean, I can't. After that, I mean, this could end up going. We might look at this as a big picture type of thing. You know, I look at this and say, wow, this thing has never been above 40 cents. It's at 20 cents right now. You know, it'll be hard not to take it off at 30 cents for me. It would be hard not to take it off there, or at least take some profits. But this could be one that's a turnaround, and you could see this a dollar. Just don't know. Let me see the weekly on this if I can. Oh yeah, well, we're not going to go back there. Something happened with this. I don't even know what happened there. But it was one time trading at 35, and then it just sold off hard. And well, anyway, it was a disaster. But $8 is there. This is only 20 cents. Anyway, I like that. Those two, JFU, LVGI. I don't think it's too late on either of them. Now some new ones. I just wrote these down. I don't know which one I'm going to take, and I don't feel like I'm on. No, not this one. Hold on. I don't think I'm, at the perfect spot for these that I would like to be at. So, but these are close. So I wanted to see this again. This is a daily. So this is something. Chemical Group just recently came out. You don't know where this is going. I mean, this could just take off. Just an interesting setup there. So I wanted to show you that. The CREXW. All right, here it is. So you can see, if we look out longer term, this is a real estate fund class. I'm not really even. I saw a software application. I didn't look into it. At all. I like that there was very sporadic volume, but volume is now starting to sneak into this. This has already moved from 30 cents to 40 cents. Pretty much over the last, it's already doubled over the last week. But it feels like it hasn't been uncovered yet. And when it does get uncovered, and we have big volume spikes, this thing could probably double again. I mean, it could, with the appetite in these pennies now versus what it was last May. I could see this reenacting this type of setup here. Exploding higher, consolidating. Taking on the next level here. I have no idea what the stock, what the company is, or what what this entails. But looking at how things work, the inner workings of the market, and see how things are not just here. So someone mentioned in the room today, Reed, and it just happened to come up on one of my scans. Cheapy, kind of down here by the base. Reed Soda. Now, Raindrops brought us Jones, Jones, I think that's it. Wait. I'll just type it in. Jones Soda Company, JSDA. And she brought that to the room at 23 cents. Now it's at 53 cents. I mean, great call. So all these things are taking off. I want to just be part of it. I don't want to be chasing, but I'm telling you, I think it's time to buckle up. This week's watch list, I'm going to be doing a lot of work. So Reed is another soda, my New York soda store or company, and was it? I don't know. It has some interesting qualities to it, and I think it's kind of a well-known brand, so that might definitely get it back to $2. I like it here. Everything, I like everything about it. So that's consideration right there. 52.8 million on the float on that one. And then ADTY. ADTY, or is that X? It can't be this one. That doesn't have anything going for it. What is this one? ADTX. Yeah. Here's your kind of a cup, kind of a bowl, pushing back up to the highs. This is always a good sign when you kind of dip down and come back to, if this was an IPO or how it came public, you come back to that time when it came public. And once you get back above that on that second, sometimes, you'll pull back from it and you come up to it and test it and pull back again. This is kind of that situation. Even though we gapped up, we pulled back. Now we're starting to head back up. I would say this little pullback right here would be, considered maybe the last. Now it's showing its true colors right now. I think we're going to head higher. So this is coming out of that flag. It's $4. It was up to $8.50. I didn't look into it, but it does look like there is some momentum behind it. And it kind of keeps out the penny stock hoppers because this is a little stronger. A little pricier. And I was reading some of the chat rooms, not the chat rooms, my Twitter feed, and just catching up on some of it, and trying to keep my fingers out there and see what's the pulse of the Reddit crews are looking at. And I'm just seeing so many people. It was like, to be honest, I was burned. Really, I was burned. I'm reading this. I was burned on AMC. I lost thousands of dollars. Now I'm stuck in it. But but it was like, but I hear good things are coming, and it's always that little hope, and they'll never give up hope. And it's an interesting time in the market. So this is ADX. This one looks good. I'm going to put that on my copy to this. I'm going to try to get this out because it's getting too long of a video. The JFU is something similar to the Mogu. Now this came into play a while ago, back here in July, and I remember this being traded. I didn't get on that plane, that trading. I was in some other things at the time, but I remember hearing it in the news and seeing it. It was actually a nice pattern here, and it exploded. And it had to do with something. I don't know if it was during the racial unrest and rioting and stuff, but a lot of stocks, the Black Lives Matter stocks, popped a lot. I think it was around the same time, that looks like. Let me see, Carve would be a good one, I could tell. Yeah, see, that was Carver, Bancorp, another African American kind of company, and they all popped in June. So I would say that Mogu is that same thing, specialty retail. Well, that leads me to believe that that could happen again. I like the pullback here. I like the pullback to the 20. Started to get some movement. So that just showed up when I was looking at the JFU. I believe this is Chinese, but I'm not 100% sure. And then this one I just wanted to throw out there. Lixty. Remember good old Lixty? Lixty went through a reverse split, got their price up, and then kind of chopped around. But the float is really, really small. It's 100,000 share float, basically. 116,000 share float. It's 352. Any good news, this thing is gone. This could be the next Viru. So I'm watching it. I have it on my radar in case we start to move out of here. This would move fast. It's one of the low floaters, and the biotech, so it's probably going to move down the road. We have to time that. Right now, I don't know if it's time for this. And that's it. So I want to send that out to JFU, and the other one. What's the name of it again? So many in my head. And I have some other ones too I should probably review. Let me see if I can find it again. LVGI. So that I like. That's my. I had everyone in this one really early. In it before. We were in it here. Boom, right here. 7-8 cents, and got in, and then again today you got the move. Definitely seeing follow through, and they make money. Like I said, this is an interesting one. I think this thing could go. I also have Radar, which didn't really do much today. It pulled back a little, started to move. They do some bullying software and spy software for watching on your kids on the internet. It is, it's kind of still hanging down here. It's a cheap one. This is, less confidence in this. This is not my high confidence one, radar. But it's interesting. It didn't really move yet. But the one that didn't move, that makes me worried because everything has moved in this market. Everything. So for it not to be moving, it makes me a little concerned. The CELZ, that looks pretty good. GFNT, I'm just looking at some of the Merck. Take a fast look at the Merck. Started to move today and then pulled back. But there was some news I tweeted out earlier today. Merck is now talking to the governments to become a distributor of the vaccine. So they're going to also make the vaccine. They're going to make the Pfizer vaccine, and they're going to make any vaccine that anybody they can help with. So they're in talks right now to do that. So they're going to get paid on that. I think that's pretty good news. I don't know if there was any after-hour movement on this. No, you don't get that really. So, but it's down here. I like the triple bottom, low, low, low. It seems like it's easy, but it wasn't that easy. It started to move early into that trend line, sold off. It still looks weak to me. Still looks weak. I think maybe tomorrow we'll see something on this. And EXCL came out after the close, and they beat on earnings, but it didn't move. I mean, here, this is where they closed. It popped up, it sold off, it chopped around. It's flat after earnings. Nothing. They beat by like 9 cents. I didn't listen to the conference call, but it is a done deal. So futures are moving up off the lows. We were down under 3,900 earlier. Now we're back here, 3,905. And we got some stocks set up for tomorrow. But I'm going to get this out to you. I'm sorry if it's so late. See you in the morning. I got to go to bed.